And good morning. Oh man, I am so sore today. Getting the usual stuff set up. I hope everybody's doing well today. Get my phone set up. Almost done. Sometimes I'm not able to see what they're doing, or what they say, really. So it helps to have something on each side of me. There we go. So, get a link ready. Stream multiplexer has reached version 0.2. I've got a bucket of things that need to be done on it. But all the tests pass. I was thinking of doing some example code, little example library, like I don't know, things today, just to make sure that it works the way I want it. I was trying to come up with something that would make sense as a good example. It's for me, it kind of makes sense to have like chat doesn't really work because the way the channels are set up, not quite designed for chat. I'm trying to figure out what I could actually do with it. Oh, that's cute. And just looking at the documentation. Yeah, got a lot of cleaning up to do. So, where shall we start? I did create a couple of to-do items. Could clean up the tracing. Yes, I think cleaning up the tracing would be done best if we had some examples to use it with. README, yeah, it definitely needs a better README. Yeah, and I think I just need to go through the code. Let's look at it all. Might start there. Let's go code trolling. Crawling? start at the bottom and work our way up. Oh, that's right. And there was this one case that I hadn't yet figured out. What happens? What happens if we close down the read side? Hmm. So let me think that through. So what is a socket, right? Socket is typically a file descriptor that you can read and write from. Or read and write to. So yeah, these elements here are just for shutting down. These are going to wrap whatever underlying stream it has. And if this stream goes away, what happens? This here. Okay. Oh man, I need some water today. There's my cup. That's so much better. So in this case, if a socket shut down, as in the read half of it shut down, so we get hit here, and then whatever has our alt async read, and in many of our examples, let's see, our alt async read, we end up having this reader here. What do we do with the reader? The reader is given to multiplexer senders. No, multiplexer. With a handle incoming connection, good. Technically these aren't framed anymore. They used to be. Just call it write half and read half. Alright, there's those two. Handle incoming connection. Alright, now for this one. Oh yes, and these. Write half, read half. Incoming packet reader TX. Alright. So once we get a new one, see, we wrap the connection in our halt read. Sync read halt. Oh goodness, Vim. I got my jacket on, it's got my wrists in the wrong place. Enqueue packet reader. This is going to stuff it into this incoming packet reader TX. I see. Oh, why is this upset? Oh. What is wrong with this thing? I am deleting those characters. Saving. Oh my goodness. Alright. Oh, look at that. Rust Analyzer has a new release. Sure. Update completed. Alright, let's keep going. So once that happens, there's this run function, this gigantic run function here. Run channel. And we have our incoming packet reader with our stream mover, moving the stream to this channel. So in this case, we will take that and push it onto our readers so it ends up, our socket will go into a select all. And it just stays in there until it closes. Okay, that should be okay. That was halt. What about error? What are we gonna do with these? Alright, I'm gonna take the jacket off. It's too warm. Does this ever get used? No. All right. What do we do with these? So if the stream is full or closed, and closed is kind of like the same thing here. Or, yeah, as the other one. Subtle different cases of when we catch it. They're essentially the same thing. Basically, you're trying to send a message to something that is on or is going. I wonder if there's a way to bubble up the back pressure for these elements earlier. I guess the problem is really using one queue, one channel for the incoming data makes that difficult. Where do these happen? Let's go look at where those happen. And sender. No, it's where somebody gets the inner part of sender of the sync. Send all on. Yeah, sender multiplexer. Try send. But this wasn't even being used. Sender pair. Oh, there it is. We try to send this value. Definition provider not found for the current document. No. Uh-oh. Let's do a restart on that. Normally it will tell me that so many elements have been loaded. Do that. Hmm. Let's see, COC Rust Analyzer. Rust Analyzer upgrade not found. Hmm, that's odd. It looks like Rust Analyzer, GOC Rust Analyzer isn't loading. No. No messages. It's nothing. Hmm. Oh well. Let's see. This fix me to do. Figure out how to remove closed senders and SendTX from the hash maps. That's done. Check to see if the sender should be reinserted when they come out of the futures unordered. Is that being done correctly? Handle finish sync. What is it doing? Where's tree? F5. Where's NeoVim? Search F3. There it is. It's building an index or something? Wait, what is... Strange. Okay. Looks like I'm going to override some Rust Analyzer settings real quick. What's that? Ooh, where is Rust Analyzer? Let's see, what is it called? RA LSP server? There it is. In fact, let's go rebuild that. Wow, they've had some changes. That's a lot of changes. Cargo. Oh, what is it? I'm gonna go visit their GitHub page. Actually, let's take you guys along the ride with me. Rust Analyzer, sponsored by Ferris Systems. Clone the repo. We just want this one here. We're not using Visual Studio Code. No point in that. What is Zulip? Interesting. Alright, back to the code. Or the terminal. There's chalk. Where's the other one? Alright, well, while that's doing its thing, should be able to go back. Now that that is set, we should be able to close out of there. Open up NeoVim again. Sender. Yay, okay. So that worked. Whatever they did, downloading from GitHub or whatever for that package just didn't work for me. And hopefully we get the shiny new version soon. Not too far off. On 20 more. So what is the other one? We have chalk. Forget the name of the other half of that. Rayon? No. Rayon's neat though. Alright. Oh, and I like this one. I actually implemented drop. If we drop, it actually signals to the read half to shut down. It's nice. I was thinking it'd be nice to do it the other way too. But probably not needed. Unpin, okay. I should really improve this documentation. So what is this under? Everyone, Carter, good morning. And Carter, whenever you show up, I think of pho now. I haven't had good pho. I haven't had pho at all since you mentioned it. You know what? I might be going someplace that has pho today. Ooh, I should see if restaurants in that area have pho. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You had some last night. Oh my goodness. Last night, I just, what I did last night, I jumped rope for like 20 minutes and I am in pain today. It was just brutal. That's obvious right there. Oh, stream ID. Why is that an option? Oh, because otherwise, yeah, it's not known when it's created. I am absolutely going to search that area for pho now. I don't know if they have pho though. They probably do. Oh, there is pho in the area. I'm not really sick. I'm just, I don't know if you like jump rope or anything, but man. Where where did I Okay. No, I am so getting pho today. Oh, look at that one. Interesting though. I mean, do you go for the Japanese restaurant pho, the Mexican restaurant pho, or Thai? Oh, they just got all sorts of things showing up in this list. They probably don't even have pho there. Anyhow, that's so funny. Why is this stuff freaking out? All right. Oh wow, it is still going. Compiling a Rust analyzer. It's taking its sweet time today. Hmm. Optional stream ID. Let's say optional because it is set late. Those photos. Oh dear pho. I can see why you have pho all the time. That looks like amazing pho. Creeper Freaker, good morning. Language. You're talking about the programming language or the word pho. This is Rust. So this is the Rust programming language. And at the moment I am going through trying to annotate some things because the code really does need some documentation. And in fact, what we've been working on, I did get it working and dropped a crate update there. I was thinking that we should probably make some updates. Rust the game, no. Sadly, no. The game is actually called Legacy. So this is part of the game server. Oh, you've never heard of it? You're new. Oh well, welcome. Are you new to programming in general? We're gonna turn these warnings on. Oh, C# 1 month ago using YouTube videos. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, C# is a lot of fun. I used to do C#. Did it for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Well, at the moment, I'm actually learning Rust. I've been using Rust for about 5 months now, like every day, 5 months. And I treat programming languages like, like spoken languages. So, something that where you put some time in every day, you just keep iterating, you just keep doing something over and over and over again. Not like the same exact thing over and over and over again, but you just build little things over and over. It could be tic-tac-toe, it could be, just making something, anything. And it doesn't have to be all that useful. It's just you have to use the language in order to do something with it. In fact, if you're new to coding, one tool that I found a little bit helpful, more than a little, when firing up and starting to learn Rust is using exorcism.io. Now, I'm an experienced programmer. I've been programming for over 20 years, but going through and using some of these exercises that they have in here is really nice. You try to hit 30 minutes a day, that's fantastic. Just going through and being exposed to it every day and trying to figure things out, right? Having those little hurdles. Being able to then come into like a Discord channel, like if you have trouble with it, say, hey, I've got this little tiny thing that I'm working on, and here's the code for it, is really, really helpful. So what I will do is try to make the smallest possible thing. And Rust has this sort of online playground where you can put Rust code online and you can run it and see the output. I'm sure there's something like that for C#. Not implemented yet, yeah. This here is my test to see whether or not the unit type implements unpin, and apparently it does. It's just the documentation doesn't have it in it. But I had a question for the Rust team, and so I posted a question to them on Discord. They said, oh, well, it is implemented, and the documentation is just lacking. But it's nice to be able to go to somebody with a question and an example. I'll use Visual Studio for C#. Nice. That's a really good combo. Actually, I think that this might have finished. Sweet. All right, we're going to restart any of them. Fire up Rust Analyzer again. We got 95 packages. Yes, and I've turned on a whole bunch of flags and warnings that'll guide me to what I need to document. Godot is not Rust only. I, in fact, do not use Rust in Godot at all at the moment. It is possible, but I don't use it. Once I get to the point in the game client, so the game server and the game client are currently in two different languages, right? Rust for the game server and Godot for the game client. Now I'm using GD script on the game client, but if there is any place where I'll run into performance bottlenecks or whatnot, I will probably not use their C#, but I will use their GD native plugin APIs. Oh, incoming packet needs some documentation left. Just for the functions? Alright, well, new. Let's see, incoming packet. Creates a new. Let's see, what does this thing actually do? It wraps an incoming message. It wraps a message that will be sent to ID. Phrase that. Wraps a message that will be sent to, and I want to say something like it'll be sent to this stream with this ID. Something like that. Multiplexer senders, 290, no, 62. Is this actually public? When would somebody ever use this? Is that the multiplexer? Well, let's see, let's go to the outline. Oh, I love this support. Do we have new? This calls with ID gen. Yeah, Yeah, there's actually no way to use a multiplexer sender outside of the crate. So what is its visibility? Okay, here we have some stuff that is private to the file. Pub crate multiplexer senders. Unreachable pub item, yes, 62. Need to update its visibility. Probably here too. Oh, that's not public. Test lengths. Is this one crate only? Yes. Eugene. I am familiar with Python syntax. Good morning. Or evening, or wherever you are. Okay, those are all public now. Good. Well, the correct public. They're pub crate. Yes, nice. This will drastically limit the number of things that I have to do. That I have to document. Hey, Eugene, are you a Python dev? Signal and wrap, these two. It's gonna be crate only. Just dabbling a bit. That's cool. Oh, you're finding a roadblock. Well, what is your what are you trying to do? Oh, that's funny. Oh, line 31 in lib. All right, and where do we put crate documentation? Is that at the very top? Let's go take a peek. Find a crate repo. Source. Lib. Right at the top there. All right, so I do something like this at the top. Interesting syntax. The C style comments with an exclamation point and markdown syntax. This crate Multiplexing with channels. Incoming streams. By default. Um, oh, control messages. All right. Oops. Didn't mean to rename. What's next? Multiplexer 293. Oh, interesting. Something on Blender. Something you don't know how to go about. Okay. So we take a peek. Oh man. Import BPY. Okay, for area in there. Viewport shade and whatnot. Fine. Oh. Viewport shade is not defined. Yeah, what it's talking about here is, I guess I should have loaded this up into like a draw on it. But basically, it's line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, line 9. It looks like you have an underscore instead of a dot in your viewport shade. I'm guessing there. But based on some of the other code around here, it looks like it should be viewport dot shade or something else. But viewport, it doesn't seem to be defined in this code here. I'm not sure what the Blender API is, if it by default has a viewport variable. I see, it's supposed to be like that. Because that's what it's saying doesn't exist. Viewport shade is not defined. So I would probably have to kind of go upstream from that. Like look above that, see like are you missing a viewport, like an import? You're missing something else because it doesn't know what viewport shade is. All that it's saying. Because I found this thing called viewport shade and it's not defined yet. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Blender API, so I can't really help more than that. Oh, multiplexer run. Oh, you are a beast, multiplexer run. Honestly, I don't want becoming a right halves. Why would this just be the right halves for multiplexer? That's incoming halves. It's not just the right halves, it's both halves. All right, let's fix up some of this. Oops, and there. Good. All right, so now I might be able to do some documentation. Depending on the app function, app version, the functions are called differently. Godot 7 function is called viewport shade, and 2.8 is called shading.type. Oh, you want the code to work in both versions? Do you have access to the version number that you're using? Because you could just put that in an extra variable. You could say, you know, oh goodness, it's been forever since I've done Python. You could just say shade is equal to, and then use some if statements to compare the version number. Say, oh, if I'm in 2.7, shade will be equal to viewport shade. If I'm in 2.8, it'll be equal to shading type, and then you just use your new variable. So depending on the version you're using. So one example might be shade equals, I'm making some of this up. I don't know if this is actually going to work. Blender version. You know, so if Blender version is 2.8, then you say shading.type. Otherwise, you do viewport shade. Oh, it's not the same what you're trying to do. I thought you were trying to have a function that works in both 2.7 and 2.8. But yeah, if their API changed, I mean, there's really no way around that. You're gonna have to do version detection. You're doing that there? Oh, I didn't see that in the photo. Oh, that's what BPY app version is. Oh, I see. Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay. So if it's less than 8, you do one thing. If it is 8, you do something else. Interesting. I thought Python was still lazily evaluated. I thought Python was kind of like JavaScript where you had to reach the line with the error. Because if you're hitting that, I wonder if you have this backwards? Less than 8, do one thing, okay. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, what you're doing looks good to me. Hmm. Yeah, you have the app version. You're looking at the first index in the array. Can you do some debugging? Can you print out those elements and verify that they are what you think they are? Because it looks like it's falling into the wrong branch there. Looks like it's going into the first one instead of the other one. Yeah, I mean, when everything looks right like that, I would just double check your fundamental assumptions, right? Is the value you think should be there? Is there? I just go that route. And quite honestly, I'd use like an if else here. I mean, I know that you're being exact with 2728, but you could say, well, if it's less than 8, use this one. Anything else, use the new one. And that might actually make it work in like 2.9 or whatever. And I thought Blender versions were like 2.80, not 2.8. Aren't they like 2.81 now? 2.82? Or is that a different version number? Does that version not coincide with the other version? Let's see. Where do we get incoming halves here? Oh, that's very true. Well, I mean, strings can't you do? I mean, 7 is less than 8 even in strings. Because we can sort strings based on their comparison. All right. Cargo doc open. Oh, 2.8 isn't 2.80. Yes, yes, absolutely. It looks like he's able to get the um, minor version, right? Major, minor, patch, whatever. Looks like he's able to get the exact one out of there. That's another good question though. Why convert it to a string? Why not leave it as a number? Creeper Freaker, welcome back. Hey, no worries. Welcome back. Oh, I see. You're using the first part of that as a slice. Oh, Creeper Freaker, thank you for the follow. I mean, I like kind of you got some ingenuity going on there, but why not just say it's less than 80 and just treat it as a whole number? That way you get rid of any of the ambiguity for strings versus numbers. You should be able to say something like if the py.app.version 1 is an 80. Because you were saying that the version number changed between 7.x or the 70s and 80s, right? And when you get that error, are you in Blender 80 plus? Or are you in Blender 70 whatever? 70 something. Huh. Shut down. Let's improve this one. 79. Oh, you're in 79 when you get that error? Oh, interesting. Yeah, you could look into doing some sort of reflection. Variants. Oh, there it is. Shut down the multiplexer. I don't really have very many elements there, do I? Oh, Carter, you're thinking like a browser sniffing sort of fixing. Are you supposed to be saying it's space.viewport shade? Or so here, I actually found something interesting here, but it looks like in order to get the viewport shade, you have to have access to the area spaces. Okay. Alternatively, yeah, their alternative is useful to you. Viewports 3D, I see. So you're getting all of the 3D viewports. Yeah, viewport shade is a property of one of these other objects. It's not a global property, so you have to say something dot viewport shade. Yeah, you're selecting the first one, but not on line, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not on line 9. So when you say viewport shade, it needs to be something dot viewport shade. That's probably just it. Shuts down. Oh, creeper freaker. All right. Incoming packet. Packet representing a message for a stream. 4 should be from. Let's use punctuation. All right. The ID of the stream that the message is from. Payload of the message. If the message has a value, return some value, otherwise none. That's just a little useful thing there. All right, Carter. Your lunch. You totally got me in the mood for pho. Payload of the message. All right, Creeper Freaker. Yeah, just like learning any language. Spend some time in it. You'll get that. Imperium 42. What is your Rust ranking? A scale of 1 to 10, are you more of a 10, like one of the compiler writers, or are you more of a 0, like Don't know what the heck this is. All right. Okay. I kind of want to be able to link between them. Oh, Call of Duty, Chuck. I get you. I think this one looks okay. Control increment ID gen. Default ID gen. Oh, this default. Because this is a trait. Can that actually be overridden? Should this even be public? This shouldn't be public. Because we can't even. Yeah, there's no way. You used to. Oh, that's cool. You use simple stuff. That's cool. I mean, there are some fantastic games out there made with simple stuff. You want to make a tic-tac-toe website? Would it be like you versus the AI, or would it be multiplayer? ID gen. I don't think ID gen should be public. I guess that means this one too. Imperium 42, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Mostly about the design and the story of the game. Oh, interesting. You know, I've never stopped and thought, like, where did this come from? Oh, it does have an ID generator here. Okay, okay. So we don't want that to be hidden. So what is the design and story of tic-tac-toe? Like, is this like a serious one or like a funny one? All right, let's change the increment ID gen documentation. Oh, did I ask you a question? It was really just about the story of the game and whether or not it was kind of like a serious kind of historic look at tic-tac-toe. I've never even thought about that. Like, where does this come from? No clue. Yeah, man, you got me thinking about like tic-tac-toe now. Whenever I think of tic-tac-toe, I think of war games. All right, let's move on to multiplexer. Multiplexer is very complex. Should be like multi-complexer. Manages incoming streams of data and the queuing of outgoing data. Just show, I should describe this a little bit more. What are the benefits of it? I think it's missing some stuff here. So let's go to multiplexer. Space A. Multiplexer. Oh, as in game story, not history. Make each move mean something different based on what the character is playing and what the position they put it in. Oh, interesting. Build a story based on what you want to upgrade first each turn. That's very true. If you can make tic-tac-toe cool, you can make any game cool. Let's see. In this case, so some of the things that are interesting about this that I don't yet have the copywriting finesse for. Say like each individual outgoing stream has what? Like its own queue. Outgoing streams have their own buffer of messages and do not. Incoming streams. There. messages into channels. To channels that have their I really like the idea that you could kind of improve on tic-tac-toe. Like the old adage, if you can make a better mousetrap. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. In this code here, in multiplexer, is it a multiplexer or a stream multiplexer? Or I think it's in here somewhere. All right, well then I have to find this thing real quick. Oh, bummer. I did do that. We await the incoming packet to get the sync before. Is this in run channel? It is in run channel. I guess that's not too bad though. Because if the server can't read in data fast enough, what's going on here is that basically you could have a number of TCP connections and they are kind of collected into a what I'm calling a channel. And if this channel cannot feed the game server data fast enough, it will wait. There. Which means that the next time it goes through this little loop, it'll either connect somebody or process the next packet, which does mean that, well, it means that incoming connections can get stalled out if we can't handle incoming data fast enough. I mean, that's not a bad choice. And technically that block is not duplicated below, but I think that we should document that choice. In making the right story, if you give the story something, value of that thing increases. Very true. Very true. I mean, like, you got a rock in your hand. Like, hey, look, it's a rock. But if it's a rock that they brought back from the moon, that's a whole nother thing. I like that idea. It's a neat idea. Oh man, I'm gonna send that to myself in an email real quick. I just want to be reminded of that. I'm gonna copy that message and email it to myself. Paste. There we go. So every day I give myself like an email, right? Things that I learned that day. Things that I want to be reminded. You know, like, I don't know, it's not quite like a diary, but it's just something that's kind of helpful. All right, so let's document this. Run channel. Oh, this is interesting because you could end up in something that's taking you a while to get into. Wait, channel joins and messages. If there's back pressure on the there's back pressure. Joining the channel also slows down. Okay, I don't think that's a bad choice. The whole purpose of this thing is have back pressure in the right place. And I think I've gotten it right for at least one half of the equation. Is for data coming into the server. For data going out of the server, there's a gap. And I think that gap is actually at the point where the client can't read the data fast enough. Right now, I mean, theoretically, the server should say, hey, I need to slow down. I should stop processing things as fast. But it's, in my very selfish case, it's a game server. And so if the client can't keep up, I should probably drop the client. Dev forums, good morning. Yeah, okay, this one needs some more love. Outgoing packet, how do you look? Causing the stream to change to a different channel. Oh, or V is debug. Why does V have to be debug? Partial, equal, and clone. Okay, I get that V needs to be clone. It doesn't need to be partial, equal, or debug. Maybe I should drop that. I don't think it should be debug. Packet. Oh, how's my day so far? Well, actually, I'm just beginning my day, so it's actually going pretty well. Did a ton of jump roping last night. Trying to get into jumping rope for cardiovascular fitness. And it can kick your butt. It is brutal. So outgoing message. It needs to be clone. It does not need to be copy. Or these other things. I think I only require that it's actually clone. That line just goes away. Actually, we can get rid of those constraints now too. Oh, read the rules at the bottom. Ultimate tic-tac-toe. AI versus... Oh, each turn, mark one of the small squares. When you get 3 in a row on a small board, you've won that board. You don't get to pick which of the 9 boards to play on. Determined by your opponent's previous move, whichever square he picks. That's a board you must play in. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's interesting. That sounds pretty cool. Huh. Like a meta tic-tac-toe. That's cool. I let the machine play itself. It was fun to watch. Type does not implement debug. Consider adding debug or manual implementation. Missing debug implementation. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay. Well, I could just implement myself. Simple debug or sender, sure. We'll just take that. All right. I'm gonna import this. Using multivim, tabs, word v, formatter. Oh, and this is now outgoing message. Debug struct, outgoing message. I could say which branch it is. Is it shutdown, change channel, or value? I think that actually makes sense to do that. But I'm not familiar with this debug struct stuff. I need to look at that. They have debug. Struct. I see. So let's do that. We don't want to finish yet. I'm going to save this. This is kind of the builder pattern. Looks like it. Right string. Interesting. So we get F. That's formatter. Why does it say debug struct? I see. Those are just kind of utility things. Yeah. We don't want to do that. We're going to do write to F. We'll say this is an outgoing message. Actually, I want to do this in one call. I don't want multiple calls to write for that. Match self. And then based on which branch it is it outgoing message value? So in this case, outgoing message value. All right, there's that, and then we have two more. We have change. Oh, you know what? I should do multi-vim here. Mark no set tab CW change channel. Okay, bump out a multi-vim. We do want to know what the channel is. Change channel. Oh, yep, commas. You get commas. Everybody gets a comma. Close that branch. Good. Now in this case, it's not value. This is going to be shut down. All right, one more. Outgoing packet V. This one needs debug as well. Implement that for outgoing packet. We do not have to match this time. Oh, you know what? Actually, this one is easy. We could just derive this one. Because the inner thing was the one that we didn't want to do. Derived. Good. Okay. So what about the incoming message? It might be the same. Yeah, we do not need that or that on there. Technically not on there either. All right, let's go implement V, or debug for that. It'll be very similar to this. And we'll do that for incoming message. And this one only has two values. Link dead, which I don't think we ever use. Actually, we should use LinkedIn and then value. All right, let's check the documentation on that. I want to make sure that we do not require V to be debugged. All right, so that's compiling. Where are we? We're not there, not there. Nope, nope, nope. Here we go. So it implements debug, but it does not require V to be debugged. That's good. But it does. No, I don't want that. I don't want outgoing packet to require V debug. All right. Guess we have to do it ourselves. Outgoing packet. F.debug struct. Let's get rid of that up there. So in this case, we just give it the name of the struct, which is outgoing packet. And then we start tacking fields onto it. So in this case, field. Oh, look at that. Autocomplete's working. That is so cool. Adds a field to the generated output. That's neat. So in this case, the name is going to be IDs. Self.IDs. And message. Finish there, that should return that. And now we have this nice, cute little debug implementation without requiring that to be, without requiring V to be debugged. V should not be debugged. Now let's do the same thing for incoming packet. All right. And in here, we will change that. ID, message, that's fine. Finish, good. SGBU, thank you for the follow. And good morning. All right, so incoming packet, that's done. It compiled, let's check the documentation. So for everybody that's kind of coming into this right now, actually, we've been working on this. It just got to version 0.20, and I'm going through cleaning up some of the documentation, cleaning up some of the data structures, because it's been kind of a little bit of a slog, and things aren't as pretty as they could be. Oh, what language do I know? Oh goodness. JavaScript, I know JavaScript really well. C, C++, Erlang, Elixir. Oh goodness, in a previous lifetime I knew Cold Fusion and PHP. I wouldn't really claim that I know those anymore though. That my C++ is really rusty, so it might be in that category as well. Yeah, I've been coding for a while, going on 2 decades now. All right, let's check this. Our debug implementation does not require that V is debug anymore. Yay. I wonder if that means other places in my code I could actually relax the debug restriction. That would be nice. Because those things kind of, those two structures right there influenced quite a bit. Yeah, look at some of these. Let's check those. That's good. That's good. The error message. What do we get back from this? I think we'll come back to that one. Yeah, the outgoing sync and the incoming. Oh, the sync's error as well. Okay, so it's really the sync. So why does the sync need to be debug? Well, let's ask the compiler. All right, so we did that. Okay, so the compiler just told us. It's saying because value, oh, it's being traced out somewhere? Where is that being traced out? Senders produced an error, 195. Oh, which file on 195? Multiplexer senders 195. Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's got a big to-do block next to it. Okay, that's one less constraint. And where's the other one? The last one here. I think this is the same actual constraint. Oh, good. I like removing constraints. All right, and the other ones are just implementations of debug for these other elements. All right. So that's good. Let's go back to the browser for a moment. Oh, and let's do the documentation again. Outgoing packet, that's good. All right, dev forums. No worries. Use to own a TCP listener and provide a stream of incoming TCP stream. There should be TCP streams or something. All right, TCP stream producer. Where are you? There you are. And is this even correct anymore? This is not correct. In fact, this thing should probably take a codec, length delimited codec or something like that. I don't think this should even be in this crate. I mean, it's potentially useful. Maybe as an example or something. But who's actually using it? Oh, let's try to use references. /gr. Oh, so that actually worked. Oh, our integration tests. Sure. It's only used in the integration tests. That's unfortunate. I guess, no, it's not too bad. But I think it could be a bit better. I think it would be nice to make this whole thing, a little bit more generic. I mean, it's silly how simple this is, though. I should probably rename it. This is really just an example. Should probably exist over in the integration code. Hmm. All right, where is the integration? Let's move this. Remove. Hmm. Guess first I have to know where it is. It's in source. Where do I want it to go? Tests. Stream. Did I spell that right? STREAM producer. It looks right. All right. Now let's go to integration. Where is stream producer? It used to come in from here, but it doesn't anymore. Use stream producer. That should be in the same place. Mod stream producer. Oh, that's in lib. Lib. Yeah, that goes away, goes away. While that's doing its thing, I'm going to pour some tea. I'd like to maybe get a little contrived example of this. A little examples directory. Not sure exactly what to do for an example though. I mean, chat room, that seems like the obvious choice, but I don't know, that it doesn't quite fit because like the things this is trying to solve, it's back pressure for categories of streams. Okay, that looks good there. Let's check the docs again. And this should be going. Stream producer docs should be gone. Good. Fewer elements in the documentation. That's nice. Already did outgoing packet. Control message. Control the multiplexer control message. Can sent the control channel passed into multiplexer run. Sure. And the only thing that you can do is, well, shut down. I used to have the drop messages in there. Maybe we should just get rid of that. How should it shut down then? Our API here just has new, run, and with ID gen. Like run, it gives the ability to overrid. Oh my goodness. Overrid. Actually, I think we should say the documentation's backwards. Let's go to multiplexer. New. Oh, new. There. Initializes with a stream that provides the outgoing packets, which will be enqueued to the corresponding streams. Vector of sync servers. This one though. I just want to swap these out. Oh yeah, I did like that idea. Consider taking a function that can determine which channel a packet should be in. I like that idea too. So when you get a new connection, you don't just drop it in channel 0. Drop it in something else. Do like load balancing or a round robin or something. Or it could do some sort of lookup. All right. Calls with ID gen. Calls with ID gen. Giving it a, what is it as its increment ID gen. Whatever. Okay. I want to get the links in here. How do we do links? See, who does links? Twitch chat does links. Look at the repo. Source. Oh, documentation inline. That's interesting. Eugene, I am polishing up the crate that I published yesterday. So right now we have this crate right here, and I'm working on cleaning up its documentation and some of the, and it's got some rough edges, so cleaning it up. A little bit with the docs, a little bit with finding some little bit of code smell. Cleaning up what things are internal and external. And if I don't understand some of the code, then I try to understand it and document it. Because basically I want to get it to the point where I could ask some of the Rust people for a code review. See, where are we now? Get status. So to show you, some of these things have were just not used at all. So I remove them. Some elements, their visibility is changing. Right? So really kind of getting that last kind of 10, 20%, bumping up the documentation a bit, implementing debug for some of these structures so that debug isn't required for certain pieces of it. I didn't want to require that this generic value implemented debug because I don't use it. Little things like that. Really just trying to clean it up because I go through my development phases of like getting it working, right? Just get it working, then get it working right. And this, I think, was the kind of the second step where this is the end of that second stage and it's now working right. And I want to build some more examples of like how to use this crate so that somebody could just come in and pick it up, right? See how to use it, read the documentation, look at an example, whatever, and just run with it. So, git add source tests -m. And this is what? This is a bit of maintenance. What else would it have been? Not really feature stuff. It's like docs and stuff. Oh, what is that? I had a bookmark of something that I was using. I keep trying this. Conventional commits. That's it. Keep trying to use these. Conventional commits 1.0. Well, basically, if you write your commits in a certain way, there are tools out there that can parse your commits and help you with things. Generate change logs, help you with identifying if things are breaking changes, etc. I think it's more of a chore. Let's do chore. And this is a breaking change. Append a exclamation after the type/scope. All right, so after that, so I'll say it's a chore. It's a breaking chore. Or let's do docs. Breaking docs. Okay. Docs. Proving docs. What else? Docs. Visibility. Proving docs. Visibility. And there were some other things in there too. And constraints. Unrecognized history modifier. Interesting. Why does it... Oh. Git add that. Git commit. Oh, I did this wrong. Oh, I didn't want it like that. Okay. Git, commit, amend. Okay. That's better. Oh, you know what? We should probably be on a branch for this, huh? Let's do a quick check. There's conventional commits. Oh, look, we can click on repository. Go there. We'll say this is related to number 7. I don't think it's done, though. What are the other things that you can do? You can put things in here that relate to other stuff. Good. Okay. I don't know how to use GitHub that well. Not at least that part of it. I want to be able to associate certain things with this. Here, let's do another git amend. It doesn't close number 7. It's just related to number 7. All right, git checkout. Task 7. Checkout dash B. Task 7. Git push dash U origin. Oh, I've got you in the browser again. All right, there's that. Go look at it. All right. This branch has no conflicts with the base branch. Goody. And the check is not yet done. There are no checks for this commit. There should be. I thought it would automatically do that. Well, I'm pretty confident that it's actually working. I don't think this actually solves number 7, but it helps with it. Changed files. If we take a look, yes, there's even more in this file that has to get cleaned up. Hey y'all, I will be back in 5 minutes. I need to go help move a car real quick. So I'll be right back. Give me 5, okay? All right, and we're back. Had to push a car. All right. Oh, someone's learning to drive. Stay off the sidewalks. Okay, got this. It's looking pretty good. Actually, I should probably look at it. Let's see. Yep, I saw that. Those, good. ID gen documentation generates IDs for the incoming streams. Is the default ID gen for multiplexer senders. This implementation simply increments and wraps at the usize boundary. Fine. Oh, I'm adding those. That's okay for now. Got some documentation in there, some public stuff. That other thing moved. Good. Actually named correctly. Yes. Incoming message. Incoming message. Good. Incoming packet. These are the correct outgoing message. Good, good. Oh, I cut you over there. We're doing a code review. Good. Outgoing packet. It's got those two fields. Fine. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Cargo test. I want to make sure. Alright, well, there is that. That's broken. Integration. Ah, stream producer. Yeah, it doesn't know where this is. It's expecting it to be in the crate. I wonder how we do that. Alright, let's look at... Let's see, what has examples of kind of integration tests and things? Actix? I think Actix did. Let's go look at Actix. So they have tests. And they have derive, and they have a bunch of things here. Wonder which one of these uses derive. What does derive do? All right, let's just do a quick search. Rust. Oh, running test, writing test. Okay. It's in the book, of course. Chapter 11. Controlling how tests are run. functional language features, test organization, how to write test organization. Yep, you create a module in a file, private functions, share integration test directory. Here we go. Create a new file, test integration tests. Cool. File name, test integration test. Use adder, fine. We've added use adder at the top of the code. Okay. Submodules in integration tests. Okay, here we go. If you add more integration tests, you might make more than one file in the test directory. Oh, each file in the test directory is compiled as its own separate crate. All right. Treating each integration test as its own crate is useful. To bring, okay. Mod common, yes. So if we had a common directory, so if that's the case, I should just be able to say mod stream producer. Is that not there? Stream producer. It's right there. Oh, but it's its own. Okay, let's go to the terminal here. PWD, nope, not that one. This terminal. All right, let's go into tests. Make dir stream producer move, git move producer rs to stream producer mod.rs. There we go. Go back to the code, save, unresolved module. Integration tests, mod common. Come on, why is that not working? Oh, unresolved module. Fine. Cargo test. I wonder if it's just a Rust analyzer thing. It is. Wow. Okay. Git add integration. We're going to keep this. One thing that I just don't like is when you're doing a git bisect and 90% of the commits are actually failure to build or failure to test. I prefer a much cleaner git tree. So you could do a squash or something like that, but this is pretty much just the same as a squash. Basically history rewriting before commit to master. All right, so I know we could have cleaned that up too. That's all right. Well, those are good. Doing a little code review. We already checked these. Outgoing packets, names are correct with the strings. Good, done. Some documentation there. Yep, renaming the variable. It's not framed anymore, at least not as far as multiplexer is concerned. Yep, just some renaming there. Good. Okay, that's the end of that file. Visibility changes is good. We got rid of that debug. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, I need to go through and look at my fix me's. We got to come up with some sort of example. I don't know what to do for an example. All right, and there's that test, and that just moved. Fine. I approve of these changes, which is silly because like I can't approve my own feedback. Oh, good, one test failure. Failed 11 minutes ago. Fine. Hopefully it does it again. I think it's actually going to work this time. Details. Do it again. Oh, rerun the job. All jobs. It's kind of a final sanity check. I know what we forgot to do. Increment the version number. I'm going to do that. I'm going to 03. I'm going to use the minor for the patch version. Try to signal that something's a non-breaking change. That's not going to happen for a while. December is actually kind of tricky in that if you begin with a 0, basically no rules for backwards compatibility. So leading 0 is basically a wild, wild west. So we're a TOML. All right. We'll put that in the same commit. All right, what sort of example should we do? We come in here, we're probably going to want to see some sort of example or a much, much better example right here. Now, some of my tests, like the integration tests, are interesting. Like those work. I could take inspiration from some of those. I wonder. Let's go look at the integration test. Integration, logging. Yeah. We have a change channel. Here we go. Here's a change channel. I think that one of the tricky parts here is that this stream producer, or rather how you do the codecs around the read and write house. That's not really well documented in this. It's in the unit tests, but probably not enough. Yeah, and there's our please fix me. Link dead. Maybe we should work on link dead first. Because I'm going to need link dead before I can put this into the game server. Yeah, okay. Let's do link dead. And all of this is so outdated. I should probably just reboot that test with something else. Change channel, read packets. No, don't care about that. Don't care about writing. Socket shutdown. We could take the write packet one. Oh, how many clients are in this one? One client, two. Read packets. Yeah, okay, we'll start here. Yeah. Get rid of that. Good, now we'll gut it. Not going to be doing the read and writing anymore. I think. We could do like one or something. We could. No, let's just get rid of that. So we have a TCP client, don't we? Where is it? Here. Okay, client one. We've connected. So we run the multiplexer right there. We have an ID for it. Basically, we want to get out a message that says that that connection, client one ID, has gone link dead. So we will drop client one. I guess shutdown is kind of the same. But if we drop it, or if we call shutdown, fine, let's just call shutdown. I don't want to shut down multiplexer yet. I want to see a LinkedIn message. Here's control, here's data read. In data TX, there we go. In data TX and RX, we want this one. Let's just debug this. Feature's not implemented for that. It's a channel. Guess what kind of channel is it? MPSC channel. Oh, really? All right. MPSC. Receiver. Receive here. Or try receive. Or we'll just call receive. Cargo test. Just want that one. Wow, that's taking a bit. See, did we run any tests? That doesn't run tests. 8 filtered out, 6 filtered out. I think that. Oh, there it goes. Running one test. Okay, so that thing might have gone away, but it's just blocking. Oh, look at that. It received a none. Goody.
Last night I saw myself in reflections from the light. Could not find my own
In this case, let's see what happened. We've got this waiting for connections. And got a new connection. Signed it to stream 1. Got a little loop going on. Fine. Halt. Why did it call halt on it? Stream multiplexer halt. So I wonder what this incoming. starting channel 0 for the incoming loop. That's fine. Sender received none. Wicket registration. Okay, that's fine. Incoming data. Sender reader received none. Incoming. I see. This should be link dead. We'll just make one. Oh, 0 should be gone now. That fix me is gone. Message, packet, value. No, it's link dead. Oh, that's the wrong ID. Channel is not correct here. That is not the right value. Why did my test not catch that? And that's for the channel. I don't want the channel. I want the that's for this channel. I want to know which stream it is. This. Ooh, no bueno. All right, so reader. We got some packet out of the reader. How do we know which element it came from? There's a problem. I don't know which connection this is. Yeah, that's broken. Huh. Okay. That means that these packets need to be slightly different. So if we go to the definition of this, this is a select all, a stream over on an incoming packet reader. Okay. Stream over is basically just a utility so that a stream, TCP stream can get moved between select alls. Select all doesn't like to give up its streams. So basically we have something inside of it that can eject stream. The incoming packet reader is just a halt async read. I think halt async read probably needs to know what it is, what its stream ID is. Huh. All right, well, I think that's probably a good item to pick up for next time, fixing that. I think I'm still going to publish the other one. Nobody's using it yet. And it is marked as highly unstable. And quite frankly, it's broken. So it's very broken without having this. Okay. Well, I'm still going to reach out and ask for some sort of code review, I think. See what people say. So let's figure out who we're going to be raiding today. Let's raid Steve. Oh my goodness, what is he doing today? Well, he does games in Godot and stuff like that. But I think we should go in that direction. It's either him or Jessica today, and I think we're gonna go with Steve. So on my list, I'm going to be, we should probably add a bug. Add a bug so I can track this error, this grotesque error. Issues. Incoming packets have stream, have channel ID instead of stream ID. There we go. All right. Well, I think we're about ready to raid Steve. And he's doing some pixel art, actually. But we're going to go in that direction. If I could get my mouse to work. There it goes. Well, until next time, and thank you all for hanging out. See y'all. Bye-bye.